Hello, everyone, and welcome to the random roller coaster review for March of 2025. This time, we will be reviewing Penguin Trek at SeaWorld Orlando. So let's just jump right into this. Penguin Trek is the newest coaster at SeaWorld Orlando. The ride is a launched family coaster from B&M. The ride stands at a height of 65 feet, reaches a top speed of 43 miles per hour, and has a track length of 3,020 feet. The ride station and first little dark ride section actually occupy the old ride space from Antarctica Empire of the Penguin dark ride that previously occupied the space. The queue itself is pretty decent. You start by entering next to the ride sign under a snowy rock archway before winding through the outdoor queue through some snowy rock-like caves that is the same space as the Empire of the Penguin dark ride's queue wound through previously. You then enter the indoor section that has great AC and is themed like an Antarctic research station. The first segment is pretty plain with some small theming details, and then you enter a large room with a cattle pen that has some cute Easter eggs like the times of all the other SeaWorld parks, before you climb the stairs through a plain stairway where the paint is already peeling off the walls, and up onto a catwalk where you get a great view of the station. You descend some stairs down into the station, which has a fun hangar kind of theme to it. The part of the queue that sucks is the exit, because you have this long, windy walk through a dark cave, then get funneled into a tight room where you are mixed with people that just are trying to see the penguins. Then you have the tight squeeze through the penguin habitat into the tight exit room. It's just terrible. I hope they fix it. They probably won't, but I hope they do. Then there's the trains that look like snowmobiles and are actually pretty cute with a sleek color scheme and design, plus the comfortable seats with the comfortable B&M overhead lap bars. Now, let's jump into the actual ride portion. You start by making a little left turn out of the station, entering the ice cave, before going through a wide right turn in front of a screen with a bunch of penguins. Then you go through a small dip and swooping turn in a completely black and plain room, which is supposed to be like the cave has collapsed, but it's not convincing at all because you can see every other scene's lights in front and behind and next to you. You then pull into a sharp right turn into the ice cave again, where there's a penguin statue and some pretty good music, actually, as the train just creeps into the launch area. The launch takes forever to engage, but once it does, it's actually really punchy. The train then pulls up and goes through a high turn before diving back down, shaking laterally the entire time. The track then banks back and forth while rising into a twisted hill that does absolutely nothing but rattles slightly. The train then rises up into a traditional airtime hill that has absolutely no airtime, maybe a tiny little feeling of it when the track is wet and the train's carrying a little more speed. The train then enters a tight turnaround to the left that barely pulls any forces and does nothing but rattle and shake your head around. The train then banks to the right in a small wave turn that does absolutely nothing again, before banking back left and rising into another twisted hill that still does nothing. The train then banks right into a tight turnaround that does nothing but rattle and shake. The train then enters the second launch that is actually decently punchy, but I can't enjoy it because I'm too busy having to brace for the upcoming pothole that is literally an ouch moment on the ride. The train rides over a pothole before ascending into the overbank turn to the left, which has some okay hang time, before it banks right and then left while turning, before unbanking into the end of an airtime hill that still does nothing. The track rises up while banking right before entering into one final rattly turn to the left and unbanking into the brakes with a musical flourish. Overall, Penguin Trek is not great. The ride is tame, which is okay for a family coaster because SeaWorld did need a tame family ride. But the fact is that the ride had a terrible rattle before it even opened to the public, which is unacceptable. The ride is just getting rougher the more it breaks in. That being said, with it breaking in, the ride is running faster than before, which is nice. The first launch is great. The music is great. The trains are comfortable. The dark ride portion is decent. The exit is horrendous, and the way the train tracks the course is also horrendous. But the ride is okay. Pro tip for the pothole: to avoid being absolutely shaken up, as you approach the second launch, plant your feet on the plastic front guard piece in front of you and push yourself up out of the seat into the lap bar. I've found this helps with not hurting as bad because you're not with as much contact to the seat, because believe me, that pothole hurts. Penguin Trek for me currently ranks at number 123 out of 239. So not terrible for how I feel about the ride, as its redeeming factors are very good, but it's just not that good. But with all that negativity being said, I hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you all next time on another adventure.